Hey guys, Huz here, bringing you another video. Now this is another episode of League Discussion, and it's a kind of a broad subject, but I've been wanting to do it for quite some time. And it's the subject of how do you learn the game? What makes someone, what's an effective way of learning? Now, you're obviously watching this YouTube video, trying to learn, wanting to learn, but are there other ways? Are there more effective ways? So we're going to go over them. And, you know, League Discussion, if you're unaware of what this series is, it's me talking over some gameplay that you can not watch. You could go practice your last hitting in a custom game, among other things, if you just want to listen to this like a podcast. The game I'm playing in the background is a Renekton game on my Smurf. This is my Smurf Huz. Don't get confused because my main account is now AZO Huz. And I'm starting to do live commentaries again on the Smurf, you know, of around your level. It's about gold or so right now. Not placed, but that's kind of the people I'm playing with. So expect to see one of them soon. But without further ado, learning the game is probably the hardest thing in League of Legends. Professionals are still learning, you know, the best professionals in the world. That's why things change in the game. You learn that something's really strong and then, hey presto, you play it yourself. So, how did I learn the game, I think, is a good way of going about things. You know, I learned the game quite some time ago. Well, the majority of the game, because obviously you first pick it up, and League of Legends was my first ever MOBA game. I had no idea how to play it, and I was terrible. So how did I learn? I played. That simple. That is the biggest one, and a lot of people kind of, I don't know, a lot of people get that, they don't really think about it in that way, is that playing the game will beat any other way of learning the game. It's like, it's hard to explain, but it's like watching a video about writing an English exam will not help you as much as writing the English exam. It's that simple. So that's my biggest advice: just play the game, and that's how I ended up doing it. But if you are someone that is not very aware of what's good, what's bad, you can go into some bad habits if you don't have help. For one is locked camera. That is one that I was in for quite some time. And, well, for quite some time. I used lock camera, I think, until about level 20 on my first original account. And then I realised, hey ho, this isn't very good, I'll do something else. So I did. So if you only play from the tutorial, etc., you know, when you start League of Legends, you only have lock camera. Or it starts you in lock camera, so you get used to it. Where the first thing I'll say is don't play lock camera, because the freedom of moving around the camera, knowing where things are coming in, is far superior to locked. Now, you can throw me examples of, you know, Dyrus used to play lock camera, but that's the word, used to. He was basically told by TSM to learn unlocked, and he's now one of the most consistent top laners in North America. Now, obviously, you can use certain elements of lock camera. You can hold the space bar if you want to have your camera centralized, which I do use every now and then. Or if you've lost yourself in a team fight, just press space bar. That is the default button, and it will center your camera to your own character. So that is one way of learning, is just play the game. That simple. That effective. And then the other ways are, let's go over YouTube videos. So you have great YouTubers. You have, you know, Stonewall, Fox, myself as a certain degree. You know, there's a lot of good YouTubers out there that will help you learn the game in different aspects. So my biggest advice would be create a group of YouTubers that you like to watch, and preferably for every single role. Don't just limit yourself to one YouTuber and that's it. So don't just watch me, don't just watch Fi, don't watch just Foxtrot. Watch a lot, because everybody has different opinions, everybody has different styles, and everybody has different roles. So if you want to make a group, let's just say a group of 5 that, off the top of my head, I can think. So jungle, okay, you're watching me, so let's say you're watching me for jungle and just general League of Legends. Fi, you can watch him for AD carry. Impact, you can watch him for support. Full pause, you can watch him for top if he gets back into producing. And mid lane, I can't really think of a mid lane. You know, I do mid lane every now and then, but I can't really think off the top of my head a mid lane YouTuber. Now that I can't think of one, I may actually start doing more mid lane content. Maybe I'm completely forgetting about someone I know, but I don't know. So yeah, make a group that you respect their opinions, and you'll take their opinions on board, and that should help you, of all different opinions. And obviously there's Foxdropper there as well. That is another jungle opinion that I'd recommend watching. So yeah, make a group of YouTubers that you enjoy watching. Be entertained by them. Don't just watch them for the sake of learning. You know, entertainment is part of League of Legends. It is a game. So make sure you're having fun while watching them. And if you're not, maybe throw a suggestion out in their comments, or send me a private message saying, you know, I love your content, but maybe a bit more entertaining. That may help. That goes for me as well. So that's the second one, YouTube videos. Make a group that you trust. And when I say trust, there's different levels of trust. Biggest one is they have to show you that they are worth you watching them. And the easiest way of doing that is they have to prove that they're a decent player. It's all well and good someone making a guide or something along them lines, saying, this is how you play Morgana. And then you realise that person could be gold, where then you compare to another person, that the other person could be, Diamond 1, and they made a similar guide with different opinions. Go with the person of the higher rating. Now that sounds really elitist, but you prove yourself kind of in solo queue by how high you are. It's proven like ELO Hell or something like that doesn't really exist because a professional or high elo person can go on a Smurf and jump straight up to the rankings because they're just a decent player. Where if someone's stuck in gold and it's not a Smurf, it's their main, then obviously the better player will have a more valid opinion. Well, that's my opinion anyway of it. So yeah, first one, play the game. Second one, YouTube, as you're watching it right now. Make a group that you trust and watch every role. Don't limit yourself just to watch me in jungle or just watch me in mid. Watch Impact for support. Watch 4 Paws for top lane. Watch all of it. Learn the game in total, and that will help you a ton. So the third one is streams. Similar to YouTube in some aspects, but I think streaming and YouTube both offer great things. YouTube is a more detailed, in many aspects, more detailed, more thought through way of learning. You're going to go there and there's a topic. So this video is learning the game. You're going to be learning how to learn the game. That sounds quite weird, but yeah, that is what this does. With Twitch, you go watch the odd one. You know he's probably going to be jungling, but you don't know what he's going to teach you. He could be in a game and he could do well, he could do bad, etc. But in a YouTube video, you know you're going to get a good thing. You know you're going to get someone saying, this is how you play this champion, and showing you good aspects of that champion. Where Twitch, people have bad games all the time, but that is also valuable. Watching someone feed or not do very well at high elo is very valuable because they will be hopefully talking through, God, I did this wrong, I shouldn't have done that, etc. That is, so valuable in many, many ways. Because they're teaching you don't do this, but then you're also watching them live. So my live commentaries, which I've done a few of, a lot of people like those because you're getting my thought process live. You're basically getting my internal monologue of what I'm playing a game, and I'm just saying it as I play the game. So I can see that is, a really nice way of learning. So streaming, again, make a group that you trust their opinions of, and you'd watch them. So for me, my group that I'm going to have to think, like, actually, who do I watch? So mine is Odd One in the jungle, definitely. He's my favourite jungler, favourite professional, really, as I'm a massive TSM fan. Mid lane, again, Bjergsen. He does explain what he's doing, and he has fun. You can see that he's having fun while playing. That is really nice. Top lane, Dyrus, and it used to be Voyboy, but obviously Voyboy moved to mid, so I've actually kind of fallen off watching Voyboy. I used to watch him a lot when he was a top laner, and then now fallen off him because he went to mid. Which I think, I don't know, for me it hurt because I loved watching Voyboy in top lane, but hey-oh, I don't watch him anymore. Again, for mid lane, Skara, whenever he's online, if I get a notification, I will go and watch Skara, as he is the best by far of explaining why is he doing something, what is he doing, why. He is the best of doing that for mid lane, by far, I may add that too. Bot lane, Doublelift and Afromu, COG pairing, them two are hilarious, and you're learning. You're having a good time, you're learning how to play the game, and it's awesome. So they, hands down, are the best, just for sheer entertainment and learning. For actual, I'd say, how to learn the game, you have that Germanio, whatever his name is. He's pretty good. I don't think he's in a professional team, or he may be a sub, but he's pretty good. That I have watched him a few times, and he explains what he's doing. And he also lets you vote of what AD carry you want him to play. So if you are an AD carry, you want to see how Graves is played at Challenger, you can vote in his... He does a straw poll a lot of the time, and you can vote. And who else is pretty good? Xpecial as well for support. Good support player. Very good explaining what he's doing in solo queue. And Wild Turtle as well. So, it's a mixture of mainly TSM and COG, because they're the biggest streamers, always have been, and probably always will be. So yeah, it's majority of the TSM players I watch on a regular basis, but then, again, I throw in every now and then, Afromu and Doublelift, or other people. And I think it's valuable watching streams as you are getting the raw footage as mentioned. Now the final way, well, there's actually 2 more ways that I'll mention, or maybe 3. So the next one is learning from friends. Don't forget, friends are very, very, very valuable, and that could be real life friends, that could be just computer friends. Friends are there for a reason. They're friends at the end of the day. So if they are higher rating than you, don't be scared to ask them. You know, you're in a ranked game yourself, you're in Vent or TeamSpeak with them. Ask them a question. Say, is this a good idea or is this a bad idea? They'll tell you if they're a nice friend. If they're a really good friend, they'll tell you. And that's what we kind of have on TeamSpeak. I remember, for example, we have a guy called Kirby. Now, if you've been with the channel since right at the start, I had a series called Bronze Lords. And he was actually the star of Bronze Lords and he never knew. And basically Bronze Lords, and I regret doing the series partially, but it was watching him. He was a bronze player. And we were just watching it, and we were, you know, having fun or saying what they should have done differently. And that was me, Gals, and Jeebers. That's how the channel started. And I'm thinking of doing a series soon of where people can send in replays, and I can analyze them, which will be more serious than Bronze Lords was. But I will make a separate video about that soon. But yeah, when he's in a Sudoku game, he asks me or Gals if we're online. You know, is this a good idea? Is that a bad idea? And it's helped him. He's improved. He's now silver something. So yeah, that's really helped him and improved. So friends, use your friends. The next one is a bit of a touchy one. Them little like manuals, learn to League or any of that stuff that you can pay like $15 and you get sent an ebook and you can read up on it. Personally, I don't really like them. I've been offered to work with quite a few of them and I do not like them because the whole point is that the meta changes, the game changes all the time. A book will not be up to date, even if it's an ebook. The maximum that will be published or changed is like once a quarter of a year. Don't trust one of them little things, but that's just my opinion. People have had success with them. They will teach you the basics of the game in a written form. So if you want to read it, if you are like someone that loves to read, then maybe it's a thing for you. But personally, for me, it wasn't, and I don't think they're needed. And then the final thing, I did have one more, but I've kind of forgotten. Well, if I've forgotten it, it mustn't be that important. But that's pretty much it. So hopefully this will just help you kind of realize there are different ways of learning the game other than watching YouTube videos, other than watching streams. You know, play the game is the most important one. So that's pretty much going to be it for this video. So again, I thank you for listening or watching. If you ever have a subject for one of these league discussions, please feel free to say so in the comments below or in a private message. And also, just to add, I do want to do episode 2 of the Q&A series. So if you have any questions that you want to give me, private message me them and like say this is for the Q&A, and I will make episode 2 in the next week or so if I get enough questions. So anyway, that was it. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'll see you guys next time.